Hi, buddy. Thanks for taking your time to review my video application for wanting to join the PIB Accelerate MBA program. A bit of background on me, really, I guess. I love working at PIB. I've been here since September 2018. Over this time, I feel like I've really grown into my role. The role is a brand new one, so I had to find my feet really quickly and use my normal philosophy of just throwing myself into it, really, and getting into that deep end. And the role at PIB was a step up for me, definitely. And one I felt I was definitely ready for, but you always have your doubts. But over time, I've grown in confidence. Not just knowing my numbers, because knowing your numbers is part of the role that I should do. I should know my numbers. But more importantly, in challenging those numbers back with people. Being comfortable being able to challenge people is something I've always struggled with. But it's something that I've actually grown to really enjoy. Not because I enjoy being difficult, but it ensures we get the right result. I haven't always been in finance. When I left school, I wanted to be a carpet fitter. I tried this for a year and finally figured out that, you know what, it wasn't for me. I wasn't particularly academic at school. My best GCSE result was in maths. And my mum just said to me, well, Gav, you're good with figures. Try something there. So eventually I got a job as a junior account assistant and found my love for finance. I mean, the idea of a balance sheet and a P&L was great. Debits, credits, all these little things that get us accountants quite excited. My instant career aspiration was to be a finance director. And I've now worked my way up to that, and I'm sitting here at 42 years old and thinking, wow, I've made it. That's great, and it's amazing, and I'm really proud of myself to be here. But with the size of the mortgage that I've got on this new house that I've got that needs a whole lot of work, I know I've got another 20, 30 years of work in me, and what's left within that. So, don't get me wrong, as I said, I love my role now, but I always want to challenge myself. So what's next? And do you know what? I actually don't know. I've got no idea what the next step should be. I know that I love the idea of knowing what a company is. It's a living, breathing thing. I mean, reading something like the FD is something I love doing. It's all about companies and it's what I enjoy. I mean, people have said to me, I could be a P&L holder. Should my aspirations switch to being something like a CEO? I honestly don't know if that's for me, but I think this course will really help me on that journey and almost discover what I could be next. Because the course talks a lot around strategy, marketing, leadership, none of which I've studied at all before. You get a bit of leadership on the ACCA course, but nothing really in depth. So this is something that could really benefit me going forward. And what I've liked about PIB is as the company's grown, it's kept that great culture that I liked when I first joined. It really does feel all inclusive. I feel like I work at a company where I can really make a change, which for me is so refreshing. I mean, having worked for companies where I feel like a small cog in an extremely large wheel. I constantly want to improve myself. As I mentioned earlier, I wasn't particularly academic when I was at school, but as soon as I moved into finance, I put myself in a bookkeeping course in order to understand double entry. Then I embarked on an AAT course before finally completing the ACCA, which took me about 4 years, from June 2003 to June 2007. And this has helped me where I am today, and I truly believe the MBA will take me where I want to be in the future. I know I have weaknesses in what I do. For example, am I a great leader? People seem to like the way I manage, but when I look at other leaders around me who inspire me, I think I'm just not there yet. An MBA, I truly believe, will make me a better leader, and this will help me drive the team that I currently manage forward as well. I think I'm good at presenting numbers. And if I was asked to deliver a speech on something that wasn't something I owned, I do struggle. I lack a bit of confidence in that to deliver the key messages. And therefore, again, I think this MBA will help me the confidence on delivering those key messages. And don't just relate to financial messages either. All different sorts of messages for strategic messages. All in all, as mentioned, I love the living, breathing nature of a company. PIB, I think, is a really good fit for me. And the more I know about PIB, the more I want to thrive in it and improve myself and others around me to take PIB forward in line with its strategic goals. I'm truly impressed with the recent refinances that have taken place. We should go from zero value to 1 billion enterprise value in 5 years. In such a short space of time. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Where do I see this going forward? Well, fortunately enough, I was in the recent specialty 3 to 5 year strategic plan, and I truly believe that the 8 to 10% growth, it's just not within the PIB DNA. I just see us wanting to grow double, triple the size over the next 3 to 5 years. would that be organic? There'd be some of it, of course. But in order to get to that next level, it does need these big acquisitions, like the big broker acquisition, Clear, Aston Lark, or something like a Bluefin would be brilliant. That would bring its challenges, of course. I mean, you think in terms of the central support we have the finance department in Retford. Can we double the amount of traction in the centre in Retford? It can be filled with more people, but is it all about people? No, probably not. It's probably more about technology within that arena, which I know we're already starting to look at, and will really drive efficiencies and will take us to the next step. I believe the challenge will be to keep the culture we have as we continue to grow. We want to ensure we keep the culture that we all have and love at this place. And we don't want to experience what we went through at Tailgate, and we want a business that continues to invest in its people. It makes it a great environment to work in, and you really feel valued. Finally, one of the other challenges I think is find out who our stars of tomorrow will be. I mean, who will be the next Brendan? Who will be the next Ryan? I mean, hopefully courses like this will allow the talent we have within the organisation to flourish and potentially be the next Brendan or Ryan. In summary, all I really would like to be part of I'd really like to be part of this MBA. I believe it will really help me on my next stage of my career at PIB, and I'm really excited about thinking that journey ahead. And thanks for your time listening to me and reviewing my application. And Brendan, Ryan, if you're watching, this is really difficult. You guys make it really easy. You're both naturals. So thanks ever so much. Take care.